Aloha from Kona, Hawaii, Big Island. It's your boy Jerry Mouse with another live video. Trying to get used to doing these lives every day and just getting out there with you folks. Um, Sorry for blocking the camera like that, but here we go. Stop trying to force the world to give you what you want to be. Stop trying to force the world to give you what you're trying to be. I was just on a call with one of my clients, uh, and he was just letting me know that he quote unquote got scammed. And, you know, hearing the story, it was actually quite sad. I didn't like hearing the story at all. But when we really got into the conversation and started talking about what was really going on with him, we came to realize that the only way he was able to get himself in that situation is because of the state of consciousness that he was in that caused it to happen in the first place. So, what do I mean by that? Well, my client has a story that he tells himself all the time. He has a story that he tells himself all the time, which is when things good happen to him, the rug gets pulled from him. And there's more that goes along with that state. And I want you, as you're listening to this, to really think about where you're coming from and how you force things to happen coming from a state of lack. So most of us think that the reason why we have the results we have in our life is because of the actions that we take. We think that the reason why that person has $1 million house is because they worked very hard to get it. And we think that the person who's begging on the street corner is doing that because they were lazy or whatever. And on the surface, that might seem true, but honestly, you can actually see from your own life experiences that that's not necessarily the case. One, just physically, you can have $1 million house and never have paid a dime for it. And you could have been a, Wall Street big wig investor and be living on the street corner in New York City. It's not about the actions. The actions are results of the state of consciousness that you're in to produce what that state of consciousness needs for it to be solid and real. In other words, if I'm the type of person who always gets amazing, big, beautiful houses, then that's what I'm going to get. I'm going to get amazing, beautiful houses. And if I'm the type of person that always gets deals, then I'm always going to get deals. So my client, he's thinking to himself that I'm going to make this investment because it's going to get me financially free and I'm going to finally get money coming to me. But there's a major flaw in that. That statement alone implies that you don't already have the money and that I'm doing things to get money. But because you're in the state of consciousness of not having money, even the actions that you're doing that you think would bring you money won't. Oh, beautiful. Check this out. Saltwater pool. That's the view today. So, how do we change this? You need to really start recognizing your divinity. Really start recognizing where all of this is coming from, who you are, and how all of this works. Who you are and how all of this works is this. You are a child of God. And if you even want to go even deeper, being a child of God that would make you God. Being that that's true, if that's true, anything you attach to the words I am become true. But I'm not talking about the, what do you call it? I'm not talking about the vain repetition of the words I am wealthy, I am wealthy, I'm wealthy. No. In fact, just the vain repetition of those things is actually going to make it even more likely that you're going to believe that you're not that. When I'm talking about I am wealthy, I'm actually referring to the deeper knowing of who you truly are. That the world is always reflecting back to you who you believe yourself to be. And as long as you keep telling yourself stories of, I'm not enough, or why does this keep happening to me, or what do I got to do, or, if I make this investment, then I'll get. As long as you keep telling yourself these type of stories, that's what you're going to get. Perfect example. Um, a friend of mine, he was going through the ringer. He was doing the thing, shiny object here, side hustle there, and all that good stuff. And no one can ever accuse this guy of being lazy. No one can accuse him of being lazy. Um, and yet, if you looked at his bank account, you'd be fooled to think, you'd be like, dude, you just need to work harder. That's what most people would have told this guy. But in talking with each other over a number of months of helping him understand these principles, he actually came to realize that, wait a minute, I already am wealthy. I don't need to do anything. And this gentleman that I'm speaking of, he's in real estate, and at the time, he wasn't making any sales. He was at the point of on the brink of quitting and all that good stuff. I was like, dude, you could totally do that, but is that really what you wanted? What do you want? And he's like, dude, I want to sell houses. I love the feeling of handing people over the keys to their dream home. I love the experience of taking people around and really finding the properties that really sit with them. I was like, dude, that's awesome. People need that type of help. Shoot, I do. I'm looking for a house, right? And he's like, yeah, but like, no, 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 like the economy is so bad. I'm like, okay, you can keep telling yourself that story and you're going to get proof of that story. But the fact of the matter is, it's not even that the economy is bad. It's what he believed to be true about him. He believed that in order for him to make money and like the type of money he wanted, he was going to have to hustle and grind and burn. And the thing is, that's what he was already doing. He was already hustling. He was already burning out. And he was getting way worse results than he wanted. But after working together, he started realizing that, wait a minute, when I change, the outside world changes. For example, one week we were working together, and he was like, dude, I'm going to have to make more calls. I'm going to have to make more phone calls. I was like, why? He's like, well, so I can buy XYZ. I was like, does it cost you more money? Does it cost you more time and effort to sell a $3 million home versus a $750,000 home? He's like, no. He's like, why not? Why not? It's like, because it's just people, and I show them the house that they want to buy. I was like, so why would you think that doing more is going to get you more? Here's what I want you to do. And anybody listening to this is my advice. Start imagining that your clients or that your customers love working with you. They love coming in and being with you. They love making deals with you. They love transacting with you. Shoot, they love throwing their money at you. They come to you with briefcases full of money because you're the type of person that money loves coming to. Money loves interacting with. Money comes to you easy and effortlessly. Money comes to you in the most creative, fun, fancy ways ever that don't even feel like work. When he started doing that, he actually started practicing that for about a week and a half or so. He stopped making those cold calls. People started call people literally started calling him within like 3 days. No one was coming to him beforehand. And then all of a sudden, people are coming to him, calling him. I mean, this was some years ago. However, I'll just tell you this. He ended up doing really well that year. Really, really well that year. To the point to where the next year, he actually started his own real estate brokerage. Uh, Now he's a who's who in real estate in the town or the city that he lives in. And it was all because he changed his being. So I know my client that I was just on the phone with is probably going to watch this. So this note is to him and anybody who's listening, of course. It's this, buddy. You need to understand it's not the activity. The activity that you are doing is coming from your state of consciousness. And until you actually know that you are the man that you want to be without the external validation to confirm it, that's the moment the external world will confirm it. So stop trying to force the world to give you what you want. Give it to yourself first by knowing that you are that person. Know it, be it, and the doing will happen. You're going to do what you're going to do anyway, so do those things. Enjoy your life. Go to work. Hug on your spouse. If you don't have a spouse, imagine that you're eating a meal with your spouse, right? Just start being the type of person you want to be without the outside world telling you how that's going to look and how that's going to be. I'm just getting a closer look at the pool. So I just want you guys all to just relax for a bit and understand that you are free. You are divine. You are the son or daughter of the divine God Almighty. And he gives you who you say you are. No ifs, ands, or buts. I know this from experience. Know what I'm talking about. That's how I moved to this beautiful state. That's how I made all my friends. That's how I met my spouse. That's how I've made my money. That's how I've lost my money. And it's what's causing me to be on these calls with or these lives with you. It's why I coach. Because I don't want to help. I don't want to not I don't want to help. I don't want to see unnecessary suffering going on in this world. And the reason why people are suffering is because they believe in external causes to why their life is the way it is. They believe it's the external world that causes the results in their life, thusly causing who they are, when in fact it's who they are that's causing the results in life. So I'm gonna leave it at that. Just wanted to say what's up to everybody out there. You guys are wonderful. Oh, my bad. Do me a favor, give me a like, subscribe. If you really found this content to be valuable, do me a favor, like and subscribe. Also, put a comment in the section. Ask me some questions, deep dive, give me more insights on how I can think about these topics a lot better. And then also, if you want coaching, um, you want to book me for speaking engagements, or you know somebody who could use a little help with their imagination and what they're imagining about themselves, do me a favor, send me an email at jerry@jerrymecca.com or hit me up on Instagram at human.imagination. Other than that, you guys are awesome. Y'all stay beautiful out there. Peace and hair grease.